It's sort of like in this country, being implicated in a scandal is actually a bonus to winning. You know, why? I mean, what does that even tell about our own understanding of the culture of voting and understanding of what leadership means? Why does this happen?
Political bad manners pays.
Like it sells. I mean, today you're implicated in a corruption case, tomorrow you are, you know.
You see, when you have a system, when you have a country where the political, I mean, and to use Mwalimu as again it was in terms of seeking the political kingdom. So the political kingdoms is all protective. If it becomes all protective and it delivers, then there is desire by everybody to get into it. And then remember, what is the bad manners all about? We are talking about impunity, we're talking about corruption, we're talking about all those other things. What does corruption beget you? Wealth. Now, if you have a system, and then on the converse of it is that we have wananchi, all of us, who are very, innocently trooping to an election so they can be able to choose the best leader possible. But these people have the wherewithal to be able to mobilize us, to be able to release us. You know what releasing us means? Releasing us of voter bribery, giving people handouts, and therefore be able to buy their way right into the office, knowing, the incentive. You ask yourself, what are these incentives? And Mwalimu was very trying to ask that question. What are these incentives where you say we are having a member of parliament who is using about 30 million shillings to be able to get into office? How much does a member of parliament get in a month? Let's assume it's about 1 million shillings. So in a year, it's around what, 12 million. So in 5 years, how much money are you getting? And we still not talked about
60 million.
Yeah, 60 million. But somebody has used an entire 30 million. They're saying they are going back there just so they can be able to get back their money and then be able to get another million. Is that the reason why they go? Some of the expenses even go beyond that. They go even beyond the amount of money that they're going to be able to use over that period. Because when we are talking about the money they're using, but we're also talking about the money they keep giving out even during when they're in office, because they still continue giving handouts. So what is the motivation to go to that political office where we have not seen a lot of good delivery in terms of good leadership in this country? So exactly what is the motivation? So we are building an edifice which is basically based on bad leadership, a very corrupt regime, and something which works only for very few people. And those very few people are the ones, therefore, who run for this thing, which also informs the kind of politics that we have, dead, zero-sum game politics, where the winner wins everything and the loser loses everything. And that's why people are willing to even kill each other to get themselves into the office. So we need to redeem ourselves of this kind of edifice by reworking the entire process. If the institutions need to work, I agree with Mwalimu that the judiciary is one of the emerging pillars that people can be able to hold on to. But what we need in an election process is predictability. And Derek has mentioned it as saying sometimes they're blowing hot and cold. You want consistency. In election parlance, we usually say electoral processes should be predictable. Only the results should be unpredictable. But in Kenya it's in the inverse. We nearly know the election results, but we don't know the processes. They are not clear. So even when it comes to judiciary and the kind of rulings that we want to see from that coming from they need to be consistent. We need to see the same script over and over and over so that people know what to expect when they do certain things.